New Earth Hack, How to Puppeteer Your Ego Avatar, Part 2. Just went for my cold winter walk, and I always get a lot of downloads in Mother Nature. But the ego is always dissatisfied. So this personality, the body that we're in, right? This body that I'm in is Sarah. Me, Sarah, is an avatar that my soul has chosen. I have a personality structure, you know? I love personality systems like Enneagram, human design, all that jazz, because it helps me to understand the structure that my avatar chose to come in here with. And there's a reason that these personality structures were downloaded. Sorry, I'm still cold. So there are formulas for us to understand how to work through the avatar that we have chosen, right? When you become awake, when you wake up to the truth of what is, it is an ongoing process to stay awake, staying vigilant. I remember my very first teacher, I had a guru experience in my 20s after my sister died, and it was really, really powerful, you know, to connect this way, because I think, you know, the stages of awakening, right? They say a lot of people go through, you know, it's one of the lower stages, the guru stage. I don't want to say lower, higher. I don't like the hierarchy, but eventually we come to understand it's us and God, it's us and source. But sometimes we need to find that God essence through another human, right? Who has walked that path themselves. And eventually they will say, go off on your own. That's what Rumi's poems and writing is about. You know, when his guru said, goodbye, you know, you need to go and be a sovereign being on this planet. Well, guess what? Once we've woken up, we see that we are this ego avatar that is limited, but our soul is unlimited. So how does this unlimited soul operate through this limited ego avatar and remind this ego avatar that it has unlimited potential to co-create this beautiful heaven on earth? First of all, we realize that the ego is always dissatisfied. Not that it doesn't get satisfied. It gets satisfied. I mean, it gets its needs met, right? Look at I can't remember the guy in the Matrix who wanted to go back to the simulation because he missed things like eating a steak and even though he knew it was fake. Well, the ego knows that. It's like, I know that this isn't real, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the game. And there's always a problem. So the ego is going to get satisfied, and then there's going to be another problem. And that's when you know. Default back to your soul. Default back to source and say, okay, I'm going to allow grace to step into this situation. I am not in control. The ego hates that statement. We are not in control here. Guess who's in control? Trust the process. We're in this